And also there might be a second bell, right?
What if he's referring to a person though? But he's just being polite about it.
Are you referring to a person? I will ask my sword.
The bell is not a person.
The bell is not a person.
Okay, cool. That rules out this walking up to somebody and going, "Are you a bell end?"
Are you a bell?
Can I ask you a question?
I don't know. I'm gonna look at my sword again and ask, can you, like, talk to other people, or is it just me?
I love how nobody's just questioning the fact that he's just occasionally looking down at his sword, saying a random question.
It's difficult. I can talk to you easily, but...
Give him the sword. See if that works.
I'm gonna just pull out my sword and make sure the giant doesn't see it, and just point it at someone and then say, try to speak to that person. I'm gonna point at Baron and say, try to speak to Baron.
Oh, do you, can you see the future?
The sword remains silent.
Pretty obvious.
I put my ear closer to it. Can you see the future?
The boy is trying to talk to me, but I cannot answer him. Answer him for me. Tell him no.
Okay, he says no, but he can't talk to you.
Oh.
Can I try and talk
Okay.
to this?
I mean, I don't think it's gonna work, but sure.
I don't think... I love how we have a giant over in the distance,
Is
a
the
bell that we need to find, and we're all just sort of sat going, "Can we talk to a sword?"
I don't want to talk to the sword.
It's
Is the
interesting.
second
That man is clearly
It
insane.
might be dangerous.
sword? Is the second bell in Belanox?
It was last I knew of it. It hung in the bell tower. I don't know where it is now.
Am I
so-
hearing this?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so according to my sword, I'm really gonna need a name for you soon, buddy. According to my sword, it hung in the bell tower at one point, but it's gone now.
Hmm.
Your sword is called...
So how old is the sword?
How old are you?
What year is it?
I have no idea. What year is it, guys?
800.
What year is Guy? I'm 19.
I don't know, but I remember what this place used to look like.
Okay,
I remember the Belanox Revolution, if that helps you.
Cool, we don't.
'Tis old.
Okay, so the sword was here when the Belanox Revolution happened. So he's been there for a while.
Whatever the fuck that is.
I'm assuming it's the one thing with the giants, maybe. I don't know what it's called.
The battle for St. Belanox and the Belanox thing.
Yeah, I think so.
The giant didn't like it when seeing the sword. Did the sword hurt his people?
My sword asked the giants about the bell, and then the giant got angry.
I reckon it's in the mine.
Probably.
Actually, those of you with linguistics can go ahead and roll one again.
Alright, I'll do that. I think that's only me, actually.
Yeah, you know what it.
Because Bard.
Not linguistic-y.
I just hit things.
Right. Guara, you heard how the giant reacted, and it called the sword a common word. Still in the heavy
Warmonger.
giant... yeah. He called the sword Warmonger.
Wait, is that your name? Is your name Warmonger?
Might as well be. I
That's
don't
pretty
remember.
cool. I'm gonna call you Warmonger.
Alright. Varian, I can't tell you why. But I've decided keeping silent towards you isn't going to work. So I'm going to be upfront with you as I can.
You're gay.
Something tells me I need to find the original bell of St. Belenox's church. There's something special about it.
Okay, we need to find, or at least I do, you don't necessarily need to get involved, but I need to find the original bell of St. Belenox. Apparently the one in the bell tower is not the original.
Wouldn't there be records of stuff like that?
Does the other
I would
bells
assume
sound
so.
different?
Maybe? I don't know. He just said it's special.
I thought the giant might have helped me, but he seems to have lost his... He seems to have been sleeping or something. He doesn't remember any more than I do.
I think before we carry on, we need to ask the philosophical question of what is a bell?
Yeah, what is the definition of a bell?
Deep thinking.
No is un bell.
I looked down at Giant. How far has he gotten?
He is skinning the last bit of bark off his tree. There's a lot of good lumber on the ground now.
I'm just gonna be in my own little bubble with Claude. Maybe I should make you a little bow. Just patting him on the head like, I could get you a little bow, Claude.
Claude still with his little lipstick on.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has little lips on the side.
Okay, so are we just gonna leave the giant here and then go do our business? Are we gonna... what are we do with him?
I think we should wait and see what he does now.
Yeah. Well, for now,
I don't think he has any intent of doing anything violent, but who knows?
He finishes his
seems
walking
peaceful.
stick. Then he turns towards you.
I quickly
Silvarbrunn Belenox, yeah, then.
I quickly sheath my sword when he looks over so he doesn't see it.
Yep, good. Belantor is miracantarus. Is salvor darmaran. He puts his hand on his chest again. Boram. Kilvorn. He points to the castle.
I'm trying
And
to make out what he's saying. I get what he's saying, but I want to
Yeah.
get back.
he's basically saying that he's going to live there until he can figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I just nod.
So,
Gonna-
what did he say?
I think he's gonna live in the castle until he can figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And since no one else is using the castle,
Might as well.
Well, I mean, isn't it like a tourist attraction? Isn't there like a chance that someone will get here and then they'll be like, oh shit, a giant!
I don't think he's violent, but
I think we should tell people at Belenox.
yes,
to be
exactly,
okay.
yes.
Hi, people of Belenox. We found a giant. He
There's a
wants a
giant
bell.
ruins.
If we don't give him this bell, he's going to be very angry. And he's going to come along here and slaughter us. FYI, this is all not my fault.
Geralt, he doesn't want a bell.
What are you doing? Intimidation
Arian
rolls?
Sword wants a bell.
Shh. If we tell them the giant wants it, they'll be more inclined to help. Because a
That's-
giant is a lot more threatening than a fucking sword.
I
That's a
agree.
good point. That's a good
I
point.
agree.
That's a good idea, actually.
Are you
I
a
think that-
diplomatist person? Intimidating.
No, I
diplomat
just know how people work and how to get them to do shit for me.
While
I'm
you
surprised
sleep
I'm
for
not-
12 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, you think it's sleeping. I'm just resting my eyes.
There's so much brain activity so he needs all the sleep he can get.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked out my daily routine. It's wake up, go to bed. Wake up, stab things, go to
I've
bed.
just thought of something. I know it's silly, but you know that I'm well prepared. Do I just so happen to have the bell at the bottom of my bottomless bag?
You picked it up from your younger years.
Roll, fucking roll. I
From your
swear to
younger
God,
years,
roll.
you just picked it up as a souvenir. Your husband gave it to you as a wedding gift.
You do not have the bell. No.
Damn it.
That would take away his entire session for us today.
Here's the bell!
Rolls, nat 20.
Doubt. It,
Okay, well, if the giant problem is taken care of, I'm gonna head back.
Right. As you do, the giant seems to turn and slowly walk into the forest.
Bye.
I raise my hand and wave.
Oh, me too.
I'll wave. Kind of like...
And so
Like hiding.
Oram just leaves.
Alright, now we can go back to Belnox.
And tell Buckethead or Leon about the giant.
Yes, that
Yeah.
too.
Yay, my nickname carried on.
How long is it going to take us to walk back?
To Bellonax? Not very long.
Especially with a marching anthem.
Yay! Music!
Again? No, just telling him stories.
Alright.
But of course, yes, if people want, I'm gonna do it.
Alright.
No need.
I don't think they need
Return
for
to
it.
Bellonax. It doesn't take very long. The story is invigorating.
I tell stories about my travels and what I've encountered in dungeons and stuff. And legends I've heard.
Are we going to go to book it?
We should.
I think we should go book it. Tell him about what's happened because there's a
Yeah.
giant on the loose, kind of.
I also think we all should go to them so he knows it's real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should all go. Are we all going?
Yes.
Bucket, we got something to tell you.
You see him, when you find him, he's actually just stepping down from the wall. Deciding his day is over, that his day of work is over.
Mhm.
Evening.
Hello, Bucket.
Hello.
We got something to tell you.
Well,
We met a
that's all
giant.
he is.
Yes, we met a giant.
Yeah, right now he's up at the castle.
And he's, from all I can understand without knowing giant, I think he's gonna stay there for a while.
A giant.
Yes.
Big
That
guy.
is correct.
This tall. Can't miss him.
That's not very tall.
Well,
Like,
Don't
like,
listen.
Like 2 times me or more.
about 10 times me and Claude. I try and pick up Claude and I can't.
You're certain?
Yeah, I'm also sure he's not gonna cause any trouble because, well, he just wants to be alone up there.
You could talk to it?
No.
Not talk. I could get the gist of what he was saying, and the same. I was talking in Orcish to him because, well, that seemed to be the easiest for him to understand.
He wasn't too bad because we're not dead.
Is this something you can attest to, Gerald?
I guess.
There was a giant?
To be honest, I was half awake.
I just look at giant and scowl. You're old, sorry.
He didn't attack us, and he didn't seem to have many demands, so there was fuck all for me to pay attention to.
But you saw he was there, right?
Yeah, he was there.
Good. That's what Buckets was asking.
And he seemed peaceful.
Yes.
Until he showed him a sword.
He seemed more confused.
Yes.
Then he got mad.
I see. Well, it's a shame we don't have a mystic any longer. I might have sent him to check out the giant. I
Yeah.
suppose I'll be looking by myself soon enough.
Do you know
Do you
Giant?
speak Giant?
Nope.
Do you
That's
speak
good.
Dwarven?
A bit.
Okay, then you might be able to understand a bit of it.
I just need to make sure it's actually not aggressive. That's.
From what I've gathered,
if I can make sure it isn't attacking anyone, then I
Yeah.
know I have the time to figure out what to do with it.
He was asking if Bellonox was dead.
Bellonox stands.
Yeah, but he's not alive and down here. That's what I mean, you know?
Oh, the person?
Yes.
Oh, she's long dead.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't have the...
Cool, let's dig up a
the
corpse
jib,
and
the
take
jib- I
to
didn't
the
have a
giant.
jib to understand, make him understand that he was insane, you know, so... I can make him understand simple things, not something like that, so... We need to go talk this. Is there anyone taking care of the church?
Oh, that's Father Ben, as always.
We need to go talk to him.
At this point, Varian has already left to go to the church.
Alright, well, before you head off, Gwar,
Yes.
I believe I owe you this. There's 300 gold pieces.
I share it with the group. It did help me.
They did.
My entire computer's decided to crash the fuck out.
Oh,
No!
And, good job.
well,
Gerald?
thank you. Actually, I also give some to him because he has actually helped us there.
Oh, thank you, but these aren't my money. They were sent here by the Lord to offer to mercenaries.
Yes, and you helped.
Very well, thank you.
Oh! I want to go see Noah.
One sec.
Briefly, at least.
Who?
Noah.
Noah.
No, right. One thing at a time.
No problem.
Never mind.
Joel,
Yeah.
would you mind staying behind while the others run off?
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of things I'd like to talk to you about.
Okay.
Thank you. And to the rest of you, I bid you good night and good work.
I forgot your name, but good night, Bucket Head.
Night Bucket, Leon, sir.
Night again.
Good night.
I'm gonna go home to Claude and Ugluk. Well, with Claude.
I'm gonna head to the church.
I'm going to the church with Or.
Gwar. Okay, so we have 3 scenes here. I'd like
Yeah.
to just continue this one.
No problem.
Gerald,
Mm-hmm.
mind joining me at the wall?
Yeah, sure. Sure thing.
He walks up the stairs again, up to the little desk that is on top of the wall. 2 small chairs. I wanted to talk to you about this before, actually, but you know, the things were happening and took priority.
Mm.
You were in Tusgard recently, and you had the chance to speak with the General himself,
Yes.
General Truman. How did he strike you?
He was alright.
He was alright?
Yeah.
A bit
Wasn't
blunt,
willing-
if you ask me.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was-
hey Gwar, you still here?
Yeah, I'm waiting for him. Or to go out.
Well, do you mind?
waiting for his
Sure, I'll head off. I'll meet you there.
Thank you.
Yeah, as Warg said, he was a bit blunt. Bit of a dick, really.
A massive dick.
Biggest dickus.
It would surprise me if he didn't mention the fact that him and I have some history. I thought I'd give you some context. I'm
Okay.
going to explain a lot of things to you, and I want you to listen well to them.
Okay.
Why you need to know these things will be apparent very soon.
Okay.
Let me start by asking you this. Do you know what my title is?
You're the, like, watchman of this city, aren't you?
I can see why you
So they
think
sent from
so.
Tascard.
That is the function I serve. The watchman. In actuality, I am the regional commander of the Belenoxian district.
The regional commander. Okay.
Yes. Do you know... Next question. How much do you know about the Lord and Lady Hohensbach? The Lord, especially.
Less than I should.
I thought you'd say so. Seems to be most people's answers these days, and there's good reason for it. He is a hands-off sort of man. He loves his noble position. He enjoys the banquets and the high society he's been born into. He is very good at diplomacy. And he's good at keeping his people fed and happy. And to a lot of people that may be enough. But he is lacking in some areas. There was a war. All of the many lordships were called to serve. It's been a while now. You're too young to remember it, I think. And I served in that war. I distinguished myself on the battlefield. Above all else. You might not see it now when I fight, but I used to be very strong. Especially for my size. So strong, in fact, that I rose through the ranks. Am I low?
No, he's having trouble with his computer.
Okay. Do you need that repeated?
I don't think he knew you.
I heard, like, the last part of it, but I was trying to get towards the top
Right.
so I could edit
All the
stuff so I
lordships
can-
were called to war.
Where did that go? I pressed edit and it... Oh, here we go.
Jesus.
There, that. And then why can't I... Okay, save changes. I mean, I missed the part about the Lord and Lady Tascard.
Okay. The Lord and Lady are good people at heart. They enjoy the high society they've been born into. The Lord is good at diplomacy and he keeps his people well fed. To some that's enough, but he is lacking in other areas. Many years ago, a lot of the lordships were called to war, and I served on the battlefield where I distinguished myself and rose through the ranks. Then peace came, and the Lord's father passed. The Lord took over, happy to lead his lordship in peace into an era of prosperity. Here's the thing. Our general at the time, who was a very good man, and one of the big reasons I think we were so successful in said war, he grew too old. He wasn't dead or anything, but he was battle fatigued. And he needed to step down. He didn't have a mind for diplomacy anyhow. The general serves a special purpose in Tosgard because of the nature of our Lord. he doesn't care much for militaristic matters. He leaves law enforcement, military management, and trading, or what should we say, the regulation of trading, all in the hands of the general. Now you're a smart boy, and you may realize that these things combined might as well be half of the Lord title's responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
So, position of general is important, very powerful. At this point, you can feel his voice starting to tremble a little bit. The old general, he nominated me to take his place. There was but one other contender. One that appealed far more to the Lord Hohensbach. Lord Hohensbach was young, you see. And he thought that the times of war were past us, so when a middle-aged, grizzled war veteran, he didn't care for me. Not really. He wanted a Prince Charming to be the general. Someone with the looks and stylings of a gentleman who could inspire the troops and spread a sense of security. False, as it might be. So the title of general was given to Truman. Truman found this so hilarious that he wanted to console me by naming me the district commander of the Belenoxian area. He gave me full control over every one of the troops in Belenox. Right after he transferred every soldier back to Tuscard. When I showed up, I didn't even have the men to man the gate. And as I sat down on this godforsaken chair, I could hear him cackle all the way from Tuscard. He screwed me. I had served many years for that title, and I was going to do it well. So
We just got Rosemary just down at the bottom of this stairs, just eating something.
No, I'm not eating.
That's me. So
Walker's just sat at the bottom of the stairs with like rice cakes, just waiting. No, I'm writing these all down. I'm writing down like a quick summary in a notepad so I can save it.
sure. The first 5 years I served here were the worst years of my life. I was an old, wizened man. My joints ached. My wounds ached. And I had to sit here alone, inspecting wagons. What was I even to do if I found something suspicious? I couldn't apprehend any group larger than 2 on my own. I was just a powerless little man in an old bucket helmet, playing at law enforcement. I couldn't believe how low I'd been struck. Then you came of age, Gerald. An orphan, was raised by the church. You're a lazy man, Gerald. But you do have virtue. It helped a bit when you could take a shift or 2. Liven the ones I had with conversation. I want to thank you for that. It helped me feel at home a little bit. And I think I've come up with a way to repay that favor.
What favour? Nothing needs repaying.
I know. I thought you'd say so. Even so, I feel compelled to do you good. Now, listen.
Okay.
Truman is not the Prince Charming he once was. He's getting old too. His body may not be aching from war, but he's not wooing women anytime soon. And the Lord Hohensbach, He doesn't care much for the boy, in truth.
Hmm.
So I think I will present him with a better alternative.
Really?
Gerald, I mean to make you the general. I mean to
Okay.
give you the chance to live a dream that I couldn't.
Okay.
It won't be today and it won't be tomorrow because you've still got training to do.
Damn it!
But give it another 5 years and I will take you to Tuscard myself and present you before the Lord, and I swear to you I will have that title for you. What do you say?
But it's not like I can say no, is it? I mean, if it makes your life easier, you know I'm up for it.
It's not about my life. This is the biggest opportunity in your career.
Yeah, well, you know me.
You'll be given titles, land, responsibility. I think you'll do well. I've been taking a bit of a secondary role in these few scuffles the town's been through. Because I wanted to see how you'd handle yourself.
Not entirely true.
I've helped when asked, but I didn't give any orders. I let you and your friends do that. I played the subordinate, and I was not disappointed.
Well, thank you, Bucket. Don't really know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. You do have to get better at getting up in the morning, though, because our training starts tomorrow.
Oh, God.
I'll see you at daybreak, Gerald.
See you at daybreak.